Everyone, how's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Welcome to my questions and answers video, where I answer the questions that you left in the questions and answers video I uploaded 3 months ago in March. Anyways, it's finally here. Let's not waste any time. Let's get started with the questions. First question is from Guitar Rocker 100. What do you think of Disney Junior, Nick Jr., and PBS Kids programming? Now, I never heard of Disney Junior until I scrolled through the channel one night. And the channel, I looked through the schedule of the good shows they have. They have the Little Mermaid, Timon and Pumbaa. I haven't seen those two shows in years. Stanley, Lilo and Stitch, the series. Those shows. Let's see. Nick Jr., has Dorothy Explorer, Little Bear, Little Bill, Blue's Clues, Franklin. I always watch it back in the day. Max had me cracking up whenever he didn't talk, causing trouble. And whenever he had that cynical look on his face like, time to cause some trouble. I wish Max talked more, and I hated when Ruby yelled out his name, Max! Like she was an annoying witch. Don't do this. Don't do that. I like Ruby, but good grief. And PBS, there's Barney, Clifford, the Big Red Dog, Arthur. It looks like Maya Miguel is not on the current program for PBS Kids anymore. But all three of those channels, they have a nice programming of shows. Those are my thoughts on those three. Jamie5425 asks, why has Eminem gained so much respect? Because Eminem's a legend. I mean, he's been doing his thing since he got fame since 1999. And because of him, I believe that white people appreciate rap and hip-hop more. Although I'm sure white people always appreciate it since the 1980s and, throughout the 1990s as well. And I also heard that white people tend to buy and listen to rap music more than black people. It's nice to see that they appreciate it, but either way, music has no color, and music is for everyone. Let's see, Jeff Leonard, 23. Are you going to show your face in any future videos? Yeah, and I see the 10 thumbs up. I would love to, but my mother cannot find my camera. I don't know what she did with it. I hope she finds it. And to see if there's any pictures of myself saved. I'd probably have to take a current picture of myself, and I'll just have to possibly one day upload a video or whatever and show you my face. I will have to ask her again because I know you guys want to know what the hell I look like. So, Arushi Sharma, she asks, what do you think about BSB? I'm guessing that's the Backstreet Boys. Do you listen to the song called Pearl by Katy Perry? What do you think about it? You did a rant on Lady Gaga, but what do you think about her music? Is it good or bad? Sorry, all music questions. That's quite all right. The Backstreet Boys, they are good. I think they're good. They have some nice songs like I Want It That Way and Everybody, yeah, rock your body. Backstreet's back, all right. I think they are better than most of the boy bands out now. I have listened to Katy Perry's Pearl. I think it's all right. Lady Gaga's music is somewhat a mixture of good and bad. Most of her songs sound the same, and she does have some good songs like You and I and Born This Way, which has a good message. It has a good meaning. But either way, I mean, I just think her music is kind of a mixture of good or bad. I think if most of her songs didn't sound the same and, I don't know, mix it up a little bit, I think she would be fine. But as far as all that, I don't think she's anything special. She's still not my thing. She's still not touching Madonna. Gaming Oreo 1107. What are your favorite rappers of today's generation? Let's see. My favorite rappers right now in today's generation Lupe Fiasco, J. Cole, Jean Grey, Invincible. If you haven't heard of Jean Grey and Invincible in the underground, you can go check them out if you like. They are talented. I wouldn't steal you wrong. And then there's Hobson. Hobson's another talented one who definitely deserves recognition. My favorite song by Hobson is Sag My Pants, where he dissed Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, Soulja Boy, and, those trash acts. So I'm glad somebody is dissing those three clowns. Somebody has to. At least he has the balls to do that, so I respect him for that. But the guy has talent. Gerdude 5430. What do you think of Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? I haven't seen it, sorry, but I'm sure it was a good movie. Chikorita Cheez-Its. Do you play video games? Of course I play video games. Magazone. What kind of animes you like? Do you watch Super Sentai Japanese version of the Power Rangers? I like animes with action, adventure, a little bit of romance is fine, comedy. I have not seen the Japanese version of the Power Rangers, so. Burkle 51. What is your favorite color? Green. Next question. Do you like Duck Dynasty? When I first saw this question, I asked myself, what is Duck Dynasty? I was thinking maybe it's a cartoon, so I looked it up. Apparently it's not. It's some reality show on A&E. So to answer your question, no, I have not seen Duck Dynasty on A&E. So there you go. Nicholas Malik asks, which do you prefer, hip-hop or R&B? What are your favorite R&B artists? Do you like watching the old Nickelodeon shows, Harlem Shake or Gundam Style? And what's your favorite sitcoms and why? I love both hip-hop and R&B. You can't go wrong with both. My favorite R&B artists, just to name a few, are Aaliyah, of course, God rest her soul. TLC, of course, God rest Left Eye Soul. Then there was SWV, Total, 702, Total. Marvin Gaye, God rest his soul. Barry White, God rest his soul. En Vogue, Boys to Men, just to name a few. Of course, I watch old Nick shows. They're classics. I mean, who wouldn't? Neither for Gundam Style or Harlem Shake, but if I had to choose, I'll go with Harlem Shake. I really don't care for Gundam Style. My favorite sitcoms are The Big Bang Theory. Sheldon has got to be one of the most funniest characters on television with his I know everything more than you type personality. And of course his catchphrase Bazinga is hilarious. It's as funny as Michael Kelso's from That 70s Show's quote, burn. Bazinga probably stands for burn, or as Rigby from Regular Show would say, in your face. And then there's 2.5 Men, with Charlie Sheen and without Charlie Sheen. It's 2.5 Men is just hilarious, man. Two Broke Girls and Mike and Molly. Those other two shows on CBS, they are very funny. Yeah, I like Two Broke Girls. I think Two Broke Girls is a pretty funny show. I like the two main characters, Max and Caroline. Especially Max, of course. I mean, she's hot. The nice boobs, the pale skin, the big, juicy, sexy red lips, and her hair. But what makes her even more attractive is her sense of humor. She's hilarious. I believe it was the last episode of this season, and the window of opportunity. I remember she said something about that one guy that had his hair net over his head and I think around his beard, and she said something like, "You look like the ghost of Bin Laden." I laughed my butt off. Oh my goodness, that was genius. That Max is funny. I also like Caroline. She's sweet, kind-hearted. She's a nice character. She's pretty hot too. She has a nice body, especially when she wears those kind of pants, and she does have a nice bubble butt. Ooh wee. Youch. And that one woman who plays Sophie, in real life, she's like 51. Good grief, she is gorgeous. She got the big boobs and everything. She got a nice body at the 51. Good grief. Ooh, God bless that woman. Yeah, and Mike and Molly is funny as well. Of course, Melissa McCarthy, she's hilarious. You know, the other characters are hilarious as well, especially Mike's friend, Carl. Oh, my goodness, that dude is a nut. Oh, good grief. Let's see. Then there's The Middle, Modern Family, Cougar Town, Happy Endings, Suburgatory, you know, just to name a few. Mugen Laszlo asks, what's your favorite Digimon? I'll have to say Geo Greymon. Oh, one of my favorite people, the Lion King Simba fan. She asks, what are your top 10 Disney movies? Let's see. My top 10 would be Toy Story, a Goofy movie, The Lion King, Mulan, Snow White, Pocahontas, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, A Bug's Life, Tangled, and Aladdin. Dante95 NYC asks, do you remember New York Undercover? How good of a show was it to you? Plus, do you think Cartoon Network will ever make a comeback? I remember watching that show on Fox when I was little. It was a good show. I haven't seen that in ages. I believe Cartoon Network has improved a bit over the years with shows like Regular Show, Adventure Time, Gumball, The Looney Tunes Show, Mad, etc. All they need to do, they just really need to get rid of their live action shows. Period. They need to, because like I said, Cartoon Network's in the name. Does it make sense for you to be having, you know, be having live action shows? Leave that for Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, and they need to do better with making more good shows. They have to improve on that, and they need to do better with their commercial bumpers. Because I really don't care for their commercial bumpers with the whole repeating thing. The whole repeating thing back and forth with shows. They should at least bring back the Powerhouse bumpers. I would appreciate that. So they've pretty much improved a bit, but they can do better. So that's all I have to say for that. Next one is, let's see, what's the next question? What's your biggest guilty pleasure? Who inspired you, and what's your favorite video game? I would have to say my guilty pleasure is obviously, it deals with candy and hot Cheetos. Basically, I love chocolate candy, and I remember last Halloween, you know, there was a bowl of candy, and I know I had to make sure that I didn't eat all of it, or at least, you know, in a couple of days or whatever. But I couldn't help it. Whenever I see chocolate candy, I try to make sure that I don't eat all of it. I mean, I really don't. I get a few pieces, but then sometimes it feels like I got to get I have another craving for it. So then I just have to, I just feel like I have to get another piece, you know. And then when it comes to hot Cheetos, I love hot Cheetos. I'll choose those bad boys any day over regular Cheetos. But sometimes I try to not eat the whole one bag, especially if it's a big bag. But you know, I do it anyways, because the hot Cheetos are so freaking delicious. The hot and spicy taste. I just can't help it but to eat the whole damn bag. I can't help it. I just can't help it. Now, the only time I don't eat a whole bag of hot Cheetos is like if I get in an Easter basket for Easter. Like if I get 2 bags of hot Cheetos, I'm not gonna eat one bag in one day. I'll just save it for a couple of days and then finish that off, and then I'll move on to the next one. And I won't eat the whole bag either. So, and sometimes I'll probably taste some hot Cheetos to work. I have to say that Ben the Looney and a couple of people inspired me to do rants. You know, I checked out a few videos, rant videos back in 2010 or 2009, I should say. And, you know, Ben and others, they inspired me to do rants and, you know, other videos and stuff. And my favorite video game, that's a tough one. If I had to choose, I would have to say Crash Bandicoot Racing back in the 90s. Man, I love that game to death. I haven't played that in ages. I'm going to have to play that one day, you know, little trip down memory lane. That game was so fun. Let's see. Will you ever show your face? If not, why? I pretty much answered that question. Someone answered that first. What do you think of Kablam on Nickelodeon? Man, that show was the best. I mean, Henry and June, they're one of the best hosts of Kablam. You know, they had great cartoon shorts like Sniz and Fondue, and Actually Now. Kablam was the best, and is always will be the best. It's a classic. Can you show your face? It will make me happy if you did. I already answered that. Miss Patricia 55 asks, can you do a rant on the Twilight movie saga? Sure, I could do that one day in the future. Well, those are the questions I'm done pretty much answering. This was fun. We had to do this another time, guys. Anyways, until next time, I'm Do Not1999, a.k.a. D'Angelo. See you guys later. Hope you enjoy the video.